This one's the first one tonight, and this is going to be on the New Hope Bible Study broadcast. And if you never listen to the New Hope Bible Study, because I post this on YouTube as well, all you do is go to Blog Talk Radio / New Hope Bible Study, and you can see all the Bible study messages and also some special prayer broadcasts I had. I even got a couple preaching broadcasts I did. But tonight's something a little bit different, something I've not done in a really long time. I actually can't remember the last time I've done something like this, but I feel like people really need to hear this tonight. And you can see yourself in this as well. It's about a relationship don't define who you are. A relationship shouldn't define who you are. This is coming from a person that thought being single was a mortal sin. Well, not really, but I did put a lot of importance on relationships. I lost count of the relationships I had before high school ended, over 20, because I felt I had to be in a relationship. I wasn't whole if I wasn't. By 18 or 19, I had the great love of my life, lost her, found her again. This was a pattern in my life. It happened a couple of times before this as well. I would move on with my life because people would come back, and I would break up with the one I was with just to go back with the one I was with. Then finally one day I just woke up. I dated a few more in relationships. I never was one for dates. It was always instant relationships. Then by 24, 25 I got married. Even though I loved her, I never loved anyone no more than I did the one that was in my life before her. But I never told her that. I never compared her to that. That was just my own personal feelings. But the first year was great. Second, not so much. Then it just went downhill from there. One low blow after the next. Pretty much mentally, not physically. There was a lot of difference there. But along the way, through all the stress of the marriage and long depression, I lost myself along the way. Tried everything to make it work, but got tired of fighting. Will admit to my faults though. I got so depressed that I passed the point of caring. Dated some after the divorce, but took almost a year to ever trust anyone again. Time and time again. After time and time again of taking my ex back, which was the same pattern that I was falling into again and again. I actually went on the first 3 dates of my whole life. Never once in my life did I date. It was an instant relationship. But went out to eat, the fair, actual date nights. It was great. It was a couple of serious relationships. One-on-one relationships. Now single again. And people was down my case because I choose not to date at this point in my life. Not that I wouldn't if I found that right person. I would, but I'm not rushing it for the first time in my life. I'm 100% going forward in my ministry. Trying to lose weight, not for no one but myself, and I'm happy with my life. Relationships no longer define me. People may think I have no life because I'm not making it into the life mode that they think it should be. But I'm working on me for the first time in my life. Before my marriage, my ministry was number one. When married, it became a secondary because I put her first like I thought it should have been. But I was wrong. Ministry should always be first. Put nothing before God. In ministry, if you are a minister, take my advice and heed that call tonight. And if people can't accept that, mind your own business. Tonight my thoughts have compassed me. It's not been a high point in my life. And this is the first time in a really long time I actually posted anything 100% about me, but it's long overdue. No relationship should define you. No one or nothing should make any ministry or God sit on the back burner. If any relationship asks you to do so, it's not worth your time and effort. It will only bring you down in the long run. and you will lose the sight of who you are. This is a journey that we are on. However long that may be, every step of the way, God needs to be the head and not the tail. If you are in a habit of letting relationships define you, maybe you just need to sit back, think, collect your thoughts, and maintain your life. In your ministry, instead of trying to be in a relationship before you can ever trust anyone, especially if you have been hurt and damaged like I have. I have, like always, went back to the same patterns. And if you don't, deal with your problems and your past and fix yourself. But the main thing above all, in closing, is this: don't let a relationship define you. And that was written tonight. You know, tonight, I'm going to tell you something. If you keep on going back to the same patterns, if you're in a relationship and it seems like you keep on going back to that person, and time again, they hurt you, and you take them back, you're fitting into that same pattern. And your life is never going to change. You will always go back to that same pattern if you don't fit yourself. And if you don't work on you. Not nobody else, but work on you. That's the key to success today. That's the key to get past the failures and get on to the full destiny and the full release that God wants you to have. But you've got to let go of the past and you've got to move on. And the only way you can move on is finding yourself.